Hey team, welcome back to another video. Today we are going over the difference between fat loss and weight loss because some of you don't know the difference, but by the end of this video, you will. But of course, if you don't know who I am, I'm Sarah G Coaching and this is my assistant, Dora, but she seems to be a bit sleepy today. But anyway, let's talk about the difference. My writing is very, very small, so please bear with me, but I will go through everything anyway. I'm absolutely loving my whiteboard, by the way. So, the clear difference between fat loss and weight loss is the fact that when you lose fat, you are losing stored body fat. Whereas when you are losing weight, you are losing fat, muscle, and water retention. So, when I ask you, what are your goals? Most women say, I want to lose weight, but then I want to tone up or lean up, or I want to get stronger, I want to get fitter. So why do we always say the word weight rather than fat? Because at the end of the day, you generally want to lose fat because you want to store onto that muscle. As a woman who is in their 30s, 40s, 50s and beyond, your muscle mass is going to decline naturally as you get older. So you want to be storing your muscle mass, growing muscle mass, and actually going on a fat loss journey rather than a weight loss journey. So if you are someone who is debating a weight loss jab, skinny jab, peptides, whatever you want to call it, in order to lose weight, you should have a really serious think, and I hope by the end of this video, you're actually going to be like, I've either got to do something alongside the jab or completely switch my mindset and start working towards a fat loss goal. Because we can put on weight and lose weight through just losing water retention. So if you're really dehydrated and you haven't drunk that much, you might weigh less. But likewise, if you've drunk loads or you've gone for Pizza Express or you've gone to an Italian and you've had a big pizza or a big bowl of pasta, you're going to wake up probably 3 kg heavier. And that's not fat. That's not fat that you've put on. That's just water. So when people do shake diets, quick fixes, like fad diets, that get you to lose weight really, really quickly, most of the time in that first 4 weeks, you're just losing water retention. Why? Because you're eating less and you're eating less carbs. So it's crazy when you think of it like that. So let's start going through this list then. So the difference between fat loss and weight loss, as we know, is fat loss, you're losing stored body fat. Weight loss, you're losing a combination of fat, muscle, and water. So with a fat loss journey, you are going to be improving in your strength and your fitness. Why? Because in order to lose just fat, you are wanting to be putting on muscle. So you're going to the gym, maybe you're lifting weights, maybe you're attending classes, whatever it is to get your strength up, and your overall fitness will improve because you are stronger, you've got more lean muscle, and your body will just work more efficiently. Whereas a weight loss journey, your performance is going to decrease. And that is generally because when you're losing overall weight loss, and that doesn't mean you're in the slimmest frame, the skinniest version of yourself. I hate to say those terms, but I'm not talking about someone who is right at the end of their journey. You might have lost 10 kilos and you've still got another 30 to go. Your fitness will decrease because you're not prioritizing strength, lifting weights, etc. And that leads me on to a weight loss journey. Your strength will decrease because you're losing a mixture of muscle. So if you are not prioritizing strength training, you're never going to achieve the toned physique that you want. And that's why it's super, super important, especially when you're in your 40s, 50s and beyond. Maybe you've hit menopause. Super important because with a decrease of strength, decrease of muscle, you are at risk of diseases like osteoporosis. And you don't want to be living your life low in energy, always fracturing or breaking bones, always being injured. You don't want to live that way. You want to be able to, if you've got kids, run around after your kids. You want to be able to go for a hike if you fancy going for a hike. You want to be able to get out of bed every day feeling like, I'm gonna feel good today. Then in terms of fat loss, you will have reduced stress on the heart, which kind of links with reduced risk of diseases. You're going to have a reduced risk of cardiovascular disease. And I will talk a little bit about it. The reason why the weight loss jabs have come about is because there is a huge burden on the NHS in terms of obesity. And the UK, I don't know what the stat is, and maybe I will put it on the screen, but the UK has a severe percentage of obese people. And obese people have high risk of cardiovascular disease, high risk of heart diseases, and the reason for these weight loss jabs is to help that. It's not for Sally who wants to lose 15, 20 kilos. It's not for Sally who just wants to feel nicer in her clothes. It's for people that are truly struggling to get to a healthier weight. And what we've done is taken advantage of that, and it's crazy to see. And as an online coach, as a coach who generally does want people to feel their best selves, to live a really healthy lifestyle, to build these good habits, it worries me. It scares me. The fact that there are women out there, and I hope that you're listening to this video, you do not know the consequences of overall weight loss. These jabs are making you lose weight, but you're losing muscle. You are losing muscle, and that scares me. So being on a fat loss journey, you're going to have a reduced stress on the heart, which will allow you to have a reduced risk of diseases as well. Delayed aging. Because you've got a higher muscle mass, you're not going to get the wrinkly skin. You're not going to get the saggy skin, as some women like to say as they get older. Oh my God, my skin is changing. Of course, we can't prevent that totally, but we can prevent it for sure. And that is what strength training does, being on a fat loss journey does. Whereas a weight loss journey, I'm sorry, you're going to get the saggy skin. You're going to get the wrinkly skin, especially if you lose weight dramatically fast. But just being on a weight loss journey, not prioritizing strength training, not prioritizing getting fit, getting stronger, you're going to look old sooner. And I know in this day and age, no one wants to be old, but it's inevitable. We're all going to get older. Our bodies are going to change. We're never just going to look like what we look like in our 20s and 30s. It is early aging. Then I've already spoken about the poor performance with weight loss. You're going to feel tired. You're going to feel sluggish on a weight loss journey. And also what it does is reduce your metabolism. Whereas I haven't put it on here. Fat loss will increase your metabolism. Why? Because you're burning more at rest. So for somebody on a fat loss journey, they are putting on more muscle. When you have more muscle on your overall body, so a lower body fat percentage, your metabolism increases because you're burning more at rest. Whereas someone on a weight loss journey, you're going to weigh lighter, so that will mean your body does not need as much fuel, so it will slow down your metabolism. And when you are lighter and you're not moving that much, and you do just want to stay within this slim frame, but you're scared of putting on muscle, you're scared of going to the gym, you're scared of doing this and that, well, you are limiting the amount of food that you can consume. And in my program, I want my clients to be eating as much as they can. As women, we've been taught that we can't eat as much as men, or our plates must be significantly smaller. Not a strong woman. Of course, obviously, height and weight does come into it in terms of how much you can eat, but somebody on a fat loss journey who has a higher percentage of muscle on their body will be able to eat more than somebody who has lower muscle mass and higher body fat. Standard. So if these aren't the reasons why you should switch your mindset between a weight loss journey and a fat loss journey, I don't know what's going to change your mind. But I know people that are on a fat loss journey will be able to get their desired physique, that toned, lean, strong physique that we all strive to have. We want to feel sexy, we want to feel hot, we want to feel good in a bikini, we want to feel good when we've got our clothes off. We want to feel that. And you'll be lying to yourself if that wasn't the goal. I'm saying it straight up. You would be lying to yourself if that wasn't the goal. I know how powerful a fat loss journey can be. And if you are wanting more support, wanting more help, then please just message me. I will pop a inquiry form in the comments below, so you can fill the inquiry form out if you wish, or you can head over to my Instagram and message me on there as well. But I hope you have found this video useful. So like, subscribe, and comment if you've got any questions. I'll look at the comments and answer them when I can. And I hope you have a lovely day, and let me know what kind of video you want next, because I hope we're all learning upon this journey. So I'll speak to you soon.